What's up, ladies, gentlemen? The title says it all. Girl in the mirror. Trump still? No. Girl. Woohoo! President Donald Trump, once again, 2024. This will go down in infamy. Who said that? I believe that was Lyndon B. Johnson. No? Still the president? He is the president again. That's correct. What's up there, Miss Girl? What's new with you, young lady? Come one, come all. Who else is out there? Come in, guys. I see 3 sets of eyeballs. Don't skip. Just stop. Come in. Let's talk. Six people. Come on in, guys. Just stop here. Stop here, hit the thumbs up, throw in a hello. Come on in. It's okay. I don't bite. Unless you get too close. What's up? What's up on a Wednesday evening at 10:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA? What's going on? What's going on? Lucas! Hoorah! What's up, Lucas with a K? Lucas Bradley, LB. Speaking of President Johnson, LB Johnson, LBJ. Scar! You should play some games for the live. Games, as in what? Like online gaming or something? If I was upstairs, I'd be on my Xbox, using my Xbox controller to do this live stream, but it's very limited with what a laptop like this can do, so I'm downstairs using the laptop. Yeah, that's but I don't play any games, so I wouldn't be very entertaining. My son is the gamer, and he uses his laptop. Where are you, Scar? What part of the world? Lucas, how about you? Introduce yourself. Male, female, age range, location. You're in California. Hey, I'm a California born and raised as we speak. Actually, I'm sorry. Originally, I'm not in California anymore, but San Diego boy, thank you very much. Lurking. What's up, Just? JL. How about you guys? Where are you coming from? Uh, just lurking in particular. Hey, whereabouts are you, Scar? What general area? California's a gorgeous state. Absolutely God's country from north to south. Many people here in the United States don't realize that, especially here on the East Coast. They don't really understand. When you say California, they think, oh, you're from San Diego, you're from LA. It's like, well, what about the other 1,000 miles north of LA? Many people in California don't even realize what they have in their own state. In Sonoma County. Cool. Bay Area. Yep, yep, yep. Awesome. Yep, yep. Done the drive from Tijuana, Mexico to what's the city right there south of the border of Oregon? I always forget. I'm looking actually, and I'm not doing it fast enough. But that's okay. Something city. Union City? What is it? Ah, for school you're in Sonoma County. Very good. And you're from the Oakland area. Born in Ohio. Mom's home state. She's from Columbus. And you're in Arizona. And my dad lived in Golden Valley, Arizona. Above Chandler, up in the high desert. There in off Highway 40. Yeah, Union City. It seems like, Google that for me if you've got the ability. I could do it. But I think right there at the border of California and Oregon. What is that? I'm probably talking out of my butt. There's a, just before you go over the border. Matter of fact, there's a great diner there that sells gigantic cinnamon rolls with the glaze on, the icing on top of them. So, the election is done. Praise God. Man, what a fiasco as far as the media goes that was. Fools. Those darn fools, I'll call them. The media, that is. Yeah, here, I've got United States here. Let me cruise over to California here. It's whoa. What is it? Right there, Highway 5, as soon as you go over wait a minute, there's 5. Nope, it's not Union City. Gosh, I thought there was something obvious. There is not. Like there's Welcome to Oregon sign. No, the last big city before, gosh, not for a while, on Highway 5 is Eureka. At least that's the one that we've heard of before. And then there's another small town called Hilt. Yeah, just to the west of Highway 5. But that isn't what I was thinking. Thought there was a city or a town right there at the border. Anyhow, yeah, Eureka. Well, Eureka, California. Yreka is the spelling for California. Yep. Danny, oh, I'm sorry. Danny Herrera, where did you come from, bro? And you're in Bama. It seems like some of these comments don't post right away, and then when I look back, I see I missed them. in Alabama for just lurking. You're not somebody I already know, are you? Just lurking under a different. I know some people in Alabama that visit my channel. And Danny, you're in New York. I lived in Rochester when I was little. 6 until I was, no, how old was I? 4 until I was 7. Then we moved back to San Diego. Hey guys, don't forget the like, at least the least you could do. Click on the thumbs up. That'll help get the channel out in front of a few more people. Awesome. XVQ. What brought you to Arizona from Ohio? Everybody has their story. It's always interesting. Let's see if I can adjust these. If you're still around there. Come on back, guys. Come back. Come back. Nobody's commenting. We're down to 1 set of eyeballs again. I think everyone abandoned me. Well, hey, I'm going to try to do some magic for you tonight. I've done some in the past, and now that I'm downstairs, I'm going to try to use the webcam, i.e. that one, and then point the camera down through the table. See if this goes. Here, get rid of the virtual background. There we go. I think that's about like the best I'm going to be able to do. Something like that. And then I can do I'll do some card magic for you guys over here the best I can. How will that work? Good? Pretty cool fancy deck I found, bicycle deck I found on Amazon. They're nicely packed. So on just a regular standard, not a poker deck, but a, what's it called again? Poker and, no, it is. Poker deck and a bridge deck. A bridge deck is narrower. Poker is wider. Like the bridge deck is more like this width, or not that skinny, but more like that, where the poker is wider. So anyhow, yeah, I'll give that a roll here sometime in the stream. See if I can pull off some prestidigitation for you guys. How's that sound? Sound like it'll work? Oh, good. You're still there, Scar. Awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. Yeah, they're actually plastic. I usually deal with paper, you know, as most people are familiar with. And decided to try out these plastic cards. Kind of reluctant, but at the same time curious, so I decided to give it a shot. We'll see how that comes out. Super nice feel. Kind of got that silky touch to them. And the biggest drawback I found with working with decks of cards for many years is they get dirty. They since they're paper, they absorb moisture, skin oil, dirt, and that's the biggest drawback. When doing magic, you're doing a lot of flourishes. A flourish is anything that is, you know, that ooh-ah factor. Spreading the deck, fanning the deck. Squirting the cards out of your hands, or cutting them with one hand, and so on. It requires a lot of smooth operation between the cards, and when you get grimy dirt and oils on the cards, they stick, especially dirt. It gets grindy, and one of the remedies for that is to put the cards in a paper bag and put some baby powder in there and shake them around after you've cleaned them the best you can. That works, but then you get residual powder all over your hands. So anyways, it's like a constant battle to try to keep them smooth and slippery. Well, that's what kind of attracted me towards this plastic. So so far so good. Yeah, I don't know what washing them would do. Another attractant towards everything and anything that stick to them in the process of them drying. But anyhow, so plastic it is until further notice. The best remedy is a new deck of cards. And you're just constantly trying to use a new deck for every performance song. So. Jojo Vasquez. What's up, brother? Filipino? Ka? Jojo? I'm looking at your profile picture. I can't magnify it. So we got, who do we have so far? We got different states in the U.S., and I think we got a Filipino in the house. Hey Jojo, are you growing your YouTube channel? I didn't look at your channel yet. Are you already established? Well, you got about as many subscribers as I do. Tell you what, here's the drill, guys. If you're, I've been in the Filipino circle live stream circles for, yeah. Let me do this for you, Star. Hold on a second. I'll do it for you as well. And the primary reason for these Filipino live streams is to become monetized. Eventually, inevitably, to make a little bit of money. And in order to get monetized, one of the ways of growing your YouTube channel initially, relatively quickly, emphasis on the relative, is to go to each other's live streams, get in the chat room, and the host, i.e. me, would make the user, the person visiting, a moderator. And that enables them, it gives them certain functions, like muting and putting people on timeout if they're, bad behavior, etc. But one of the reason for making somebody a moderator when they're growing their YouTube channel, if you don't already know this, forgive me. I mean, if you already know this, forgive me, is it gives you the ability to click on links in the chat room and to post your own link. Like, for instance, if you try to post a URL in the chat room right now without being a moderator, you'll be able to see it, but when you post it, I wouldn't be able to see it. Nobody else would be able to see it. They won't be able to click on it. So when you're a moderator, when the host makes you a moderator, you can grab your URL from your YouTube channel and you can post it in the chat room. And then everybody in the chat room could go visit your channel and they can subscribe and then give you a thumbs up. They can leave a comment. They can watch your video. And then when they're done, come back into the room and repeat. And you're constantly posting your URL. And everyone else is doing the same. And that's the reason for these live streams in the Filipino community and other communities, but in particular in the Philippines. So they're trying to grow their YouTube channel. So I got involved in this like going on 4 years ago. My wife is from the Philippines, and her family member introduced me to this method. It's called, it's an actual YouTube term. YouTube calls it phishing. You're phishing for URLs, and you're giving each other subscribers. So if you get 20 people in the room and they're all doing that, you potentially get 20 people to subscribe to your channel. Potential. And then, you know, when you start wearing that live stream out, you go to another live stream and you do the same there. So the most common routine. Well, I had never heard of it either. What do you mean for my age? Yeah, there's the age range varies from 18, actually younger than 18, to older than me in this Filipino live stream community. Yeah, so I'm not always the oldest person. Well, I never knew about it either until my wife started saying, you should do this, you should do that. And I said, what are you talking about? It didn't make any sense what she was saying. So I spoke to a, sorry, I'm multitasking here. I spoke to her family member in the Philippines, and we did a messenger live video chat with each other. And then he started explaining what I'm explaining to you. And I'm like, oh. And then he started walking me through it. And eventually that's how I learned how to live stream and use this StreamYard platform that I'm using right now to live stream. And yeah, and you know, why do I live stream? Well, I'm trying to be monetized right now, just something else to do, maybe earn a small paycheck in the future. And in order to get monetized, you need subscribers. You need at least 1,000 subscribers to start. And then you need people to watch your content. You need 3,000 to 4,000 hours of watch hours, they call it. WH, watch hours. So that's the hardest thing to get, is watch hours. So one of the ways of getting watch hours quicker is to do live streams. Wow, you're about where I'm at right now. I need about 1,400 watch hours more to get 3,000. So I was explaining one quicker way to get watch hours is to do live streams. Why? Because you're in my channel watching me. This is considered a video, although a live stream video, but it's just as if you were going to my channel and spending this amount of time that you're doing right now with me, watching one of my videos. You know, and how often do you spend more than 2 or 3 minutes watching a video? Unless it's a regular channel that produces, you know, like a television program that you watch every day, which I subscribe to some YouTubers that put out awesome content, and I watch them all the time. But unless you're spending more than, you know, it's the exception that you're going to spend more than 2 or 3 minutes scrolling through shorts and watching, you know, somebody longer than that. Well, a live stream, you've been watching me for the last 20 minutes. So it's equivalent to you watching a 20-minute video of mine. So my point is, now I've got JoJo, I've got Scar, I've got you know, and if I can get, the more people I can get in the live stream, it's exponential. in how many hours I'm going to get watching me in my live stream. So that's why you can, Courtney, that's why live streaming is easier to get watch hours. It's the hardest thing to get, but you can get more doing a live stream. So that I was educated on that, and that was why I started live streaming. Was all to get those two things, subscribers and watch hours. And now I do it kind of a number of reasons, not only to get monetized, but it gives me something to do on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And so here I am, and there you are. And thank you for subscribing. And yeah, and you learn more and more as the longer you do it. And so on that note, you notice Courtney that just came in. She's a Filipina from the Philippines. That's primarily who my audience consisted of, was those from the Philippines, because I got involved in the Philippine live stream circle. Her username is highlighted blue. That's because she's a moderator. She came in for that very reason, to grow her YouTube channel. And I made her a moderator, and then she posts her link. Yeah, Jojo, good question. A silent live, it means you're live, but I'm sorry, it would be more like that. And I would just have my icon staring while there's nobody behind it. And you wonder, well, what's the use of doing that? They call it a silent live stream for that very reason. Right now I've got my microphone activated so you can hear me still, but anyhow, so, or now they've these live stream platforms like StreamYard that I'm using right now, and there's other things that they have available. Instead of doing literally a silent live stream, you can put a pre-recorded video on that just keeps looping, and but there's no audio. The person isn't there. They're sleeping more than likely, and they put this live stream up that is silent, and you wonder, well, why would people come in and spend time in your room sitting there watching a video that loops, every 30 seconds or... Well, the Filipinos know that that's a silent live stream, and what they do is they have multiple YouTube accounts. They call them ninjas for that very reason. They have a primary channel, that they are active on, that they produce videos on, but they've got other YouTube accounts they call them ninjas, and they'll put one of their ninja YouTube channels into somebody's live stream, and they'll leave it there. They don't close it. They just leave it running. They'll leave their laptop on, and they'll leave their ninja account in somebody's live stream. And so that's equivalent to a person spending time in your live stream, and they'll leave it there overnight, so that host or that YouTuber is getting 24 hours of watch hours from somebody that's not even in their room physically. So anyway, there's little things you learn, how to grow each other's watch hours and how to grow each other's subscriber base and so on and so forth. So anyhow, I don't know if that answers your question, Jojo, but I'm going to, because Jojo is, and if growing his YouTube channel, if you're growing your YouTube channel as well, Scar, I can make you a moderator, and just grab your URL, and there, you're a moderator now, from your channel, and come back here and post it in the room, and those that know will go to your channel and they'll give you a subscribe, and a thumbs up and leave a comment and watch a video. The other little hint for doing that is to produce short videos, especially now that shorts are real popular. Develop a 30-second or less than 1 minute video, a short, that you can use primarily in live streams such as what I just mentioned, so that when people watch your video, all they can do is spend 30 seconds to a minute watching it, and they can do it relatively quickly. And then after it's done, they'll come back in the room and they'll repeat. What that does is it shows YouTube that whoever just watched your video is interested in your video. How do they know that? Because they watched it from beginning to end without any interruption. Although only 30 seconds, but at least it's from beginning to end. And so that's what they call a what's the expression, Courtney? Yeah, or music. Legitimate viewer or subscriber, somebody that is, what is the likelihood of that person coming back and watching your videos again in the future? Only they know. But in the meantime, initially, you're just doing it to grow your subscriber base and to get watch hours so you can get monetized. So, there you go. The guard soldier, good question. That's, yes, it counts towards my watch hours if you watch that, even though it's copyrighted. Do you know, Jojo, that video got over almost 200,000 views when I first put it out? Before I knew any better, before I knew about becoming monetized, and before I knew about anything about YouTube. That was my very first video that I ever produced on Windows Movie Maker. And I came back and, I didn't know anything about editing videos, but I found Windows Movie Maker and I created that video. And it got almost 200,000 views and thousands of comments. And although it's copyrighted because of the music, and now it's not. The one that is in there, if it's still there, do I still have it on my channel? I found the Taps music, a uncopyrighted version of that. So now it's not copyrighted. Before, originally, it was. And then somebody copied and reused my video, and they got over 1 million views. And then I found out that it was copyrighted, and so I submitted a complaint, and they took it off. But they got over 1 million views on that video. If I only knew, that was 17 years ago when I produced that video. Oh, there's your channel. There you go. You posted the URL. Perfect. Well, if you have a short video, if you don't, Scar, you might heed my advice. Just produce a short, like an intro to your gaming or something. Just a 30-second to a minute video. And use that URL to grow your subscriber base. Go into other people's live streams, and if they, for instance, go to JoJo's channel. Matter of fact, JoJo, sorry. Sorry, I didn't make you a moderator yet. There you are. Go to JoJo. I'm talking to you, Scar. Go to JoJo's channel or Kurt Neat's channel. Kurt Neat or JoJo. They're both Filipinos in the Filipino live stream community. and go to their channel when they're live streaming. Kurt Neat, I know, does live streams. Go to their live stream and get introduced to the Filipino live streams, and you'll start getting introduced to other people's live streams, and then you'll have multiple channels to go to post your short video URL. And believe me, your subscriber base will grow quickly. You've already, Scar, how many subscribers do you have? I haven't gone to your channel yet. You've got 1,900. Okay, you've got plenty of subscribers. You've got over 1,000. You just need to grow your watch hours. So you can use the live stream. You can live stream do you live stream already? Yes, you do. Well, then that's where you're gonna grow your watch hours. And you're probably going to grow them quicker than me, because it looks like you're doing gaming, and that's a real popular method of live streaming. Yeah, I see that. I'm up on your channel actually right now. Awesome. Perfect. So you're already on your way. And then, as you know, when you become monetized, you're not monetized currently, Scar? I didn't look. You said you only have 1,600 watch hours? When you become monetized, as you know, you'll get a super chat button, and people will be able to donate on your live stream to you via that method. There's other ways. You can post if you have a PayPal account, you can put that URL up in your description, your YouTube channel description. You can put Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, you know the drill probably better than I do. You know, there's all kinds of... There, Jojo, for example, just subscribed and gave you all. That's an expression. A full package is another expression. That's the subscriber, thumbs up, the bell icon, and he left a comment, and he watched your video, or at least part of it. It would behoove you to get a short video, do a little intro, do a little 30-second, get your phone and pull off a little 30-second cut of one of your live streams, and just play 30 seconds of it and make it a short, and then grab that URL and then use it when you go into live streams to post. Because people can watch that 30 seconds within 30 seconds, and then it's done from beginning to end. Yeah, you have Buy Me a Coffee already? I do as well, and actually I've only had one person use, not Buy Me a Coffee, he actually used my PayPal account. I posted my PayPal account, and he donated $15. Him and his dad or something to that effect. But I'm not monetized right now, so that's just one way of supporting somebody's channel, is by posting other methods of revenue, potential revenue. So yeah, anyways, I kind of went off on a tangent as far as live streaming, but why not? Something to talk about, right? Yeah. I actually had a YouTube channel before this, and under a different name, and I got monetized, and it wasn't lucrative at all. I mean, I was struggling just to reach my $100 limit that AdSense requires before you can cash out. You got to get $100 before you can collect it. But then again, as you know, if you don't already know, YouTube keeps 70% of all donations. I'm sorry, 30%, and you retain the 70%. So that's unfortunate. but they make money too. They're a business. So for every dollar that somebody donates, they keep 30 cents and you get 70. And that's not rumor. You can look it up on YouTube. It's 70-30 for YouTube. Buy Me a Coffee, I believe, is 60-40. It's even worse. You only get 60 cents out of the dollar, and they keep 40. The best method is PayPal. PayPal is almost 100%. It depends on how much is donated. I think anything under $100, it's like 1.98%, or don't quote me on that, but it's very small. So the best way to donate to somebody is PayPal. Yeah, Super Chat, unfortunately, is YouTube, and they keep 30%. Oh, Doc, is it normal, Lolo or YT, to eat your, watch hours? No, I don't know about watch hours. No. I don't think watch hours is affected. They don't affect, oh, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of rumors out there, Jojo, about that. I don't know any facts, so I'm not going to marites and chismis about that. Those words are the Filipino word for rumors. You know, there's a lot of speculation of do's and don'ts. Don't go to your watch hours and check to see how many watch hours. That's a rumor. You know, that if you do that too much, it decreases your watch hours somehow. I have no idea. But so my recommendation is go to YouTube and look at their community standards and rules and regulations, and read and find out for yourself. So I'm not going to pass on any rumors. But Naughty, my friend Jack, who used to be a Dem, decided to vote for Trump this election. No way. Hoorah. Well, praise God for anybody. Jack Cowie in particular. Wait a minute, what did I just say? Did you just suck me into that one? Jack Cowie. Jack Cowie. Jack Cowie. Did I just say something? I just realized what your request is. Is that one of those, if you say the word fast enough, you don't understand what? Jack Cowie. Jack Cowie. Jack Cowie. Jack, I can't think. What did I miss? Oh, you're welcome, Scar. Oh, okay. You know what I'm talking about, though, Naughty? You know, when you say two words like Jack Mehoff. Do you know Jack Mehoff? Say that 10 times or 5 times. Jack Mehoff. Jack Mehoff. Yeah. Hoorah, Scar. Well, thank you for finding me. You more than likely had some interest in either medicine, emergency medicine, the military, or the Word of God. That seems to be the 3 subjects that I talk about the most. And therefore, that is the brunt of my visitors. It popped up on your recommendation via one of those subjects. Not always, but that seems to be that's how the algorithm works. Right? It's like Alexa, or Amazon. You're buying something on Amazon, and next thing you know, you've got advertisements on your videos that you're watching. It's like, how did they know? Bobby Clobber. That's a great combo there. Yeah, but anyways, Jack Cowie, if I'm saying that correctly. Praise God for voting for Trump. I mean, come on. I'm not going to elaborate on why somebody should have, but I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer. You know, here's my biggest, if I'm going to talk about it any more than not, is the world is looking at the United States. Literally, the world watches the USA. I've spoke to people from Romania here in my live stream, from Russia, from Germany, from various countries, and Iraq, Albania, Yugoslavia. And they all say very similar things, and that is, you know, the name USA is worldwide. All countries know about the USA for a reason. And when the USA, whether it's via media or, well, it's usually via media, because that's the only other way they hear about the USA, you know, radio or TV. When they hear that the USA is having quote unquote troubles, it not only affects the USA, but it affects the world. What Trump said, the USA has lost its respect because in the world's eyes is what he's talking about. He talks about China, you know, not respecting us anymore. And it's what he's referring to. And when they lose respect, they start taking advantage, you know, in a business way. And so it affects the world when the USA is something, when something's happening to the USA. So if you want to change, Trump not only has the ability to make America great again, he can make the world great again. And he knows how to do that. And that's very unique for somebody. That's the first time I even heard that before. I didn't even look at it that way. He's a real estate mogul. What do you think South America is? It's a piece of real estate, a huge piece of real estate. The whole country, the whole continent. So that's what he made $10 billion doing. So you think a real estate mogul understands how to improve real estate? He can do that. And it's somebody said earlier in his first 4 years, I wished I could think like Trump. Forget all of his past and all the skeletons he's got behind him. Who doesn't? But from a business standpoint, if I was hiring somebody that had his skill set, OMG. I'd hire him in a heartbeat and try to keep him under his reins, you know, as far as like if he puts his foot in his mouth and says things, you know, that he shouldn't. But as far as a business person, holy moly, the guy's brilliant. Beyond what I even know. And that's the thing. Many people, such as, well, I'm not going to mention names, they just don't realize what he can actually do. Do you, all right, Jojo, thanks again, bro. Come on in, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern time until 0200 if I make it that long, and sometimes I make it longer, but Ura USMC, thanks for coming back. I was saying as well, see if I can recall what I was just about to say, is yeah, I lost my train of thought, and that was yeah, I'll get back to it. I'm sure it'll come back up, but right on, USMC. Yeah, what was I saying? Trump was his ability to do things that a lot of people don't understand or don't realize. Um, oh, do you, here's what I just told my wife upstairs when we were watching, the post election results and all of the videos that are out there, showing him and his speeches that he's making. Is do do you realize the amount of effort? And he himself even says this in a general way, and that is, do you understand the amount of effort that he's putting into obtaining this position? The effort that he's put out. He just said during this election campaign, he's attended, he said, I think 901 campaign visits. What do they call it? Where he goes to different cities. 901. He's been nonstop since he lost 4 years ago. The amount of effort that he's actually putting into saying what he says, which he really did the first 4 years, the amount of effort that he's putting into obtaining the position, somebody that isn't serious about doing that, unless he has a diabolical plan that he's insistent on committing, the amount of effort that he's putting into obtaining the presidency again, doesn't that say enough about what his intent is? I mean, he hasn't stopped since he lost. It's just he's been trying to continue on his campaign. And we know what the world, the USA, has been trying to do to him because of that. They attacked him from every angle you can think of. And he said in the very first 4 years when he won the presidency, when he was debating between the candidates, one of the things he would say is, you're weak. You don't have the stamina that's required, that I'm going to put into, I'm paraphrasing what he said, that I'm going to put into making America great again, before he even coined this phrase. But he said, and he literally knew what he was saying. You're not going to be able to put in the amount of time and effort that I am. And look what he's been doing. The whole 4 years that he was in, and the 4 years after when he got dethroned, he's been nonstop. And now during this campaign, 901 visits. He did 60-something days in a row coming up to November 5th. He turned to Jeb Bush, when he was running, and he said, you're weak. You're not going to be able. He's turned to Hillary, said the same thing to her. And it's true. Look at the amount of effort that he put into this, and that he continues to put into this. He's nonstop. He even said himself, I wish I could sleep like Joe Biden. I wish I could get the rest that he can get. He says, but when I lay down, he says, my mind is always spinning, trying to think, what am I going to do next? How am I going to approach this? He says, I do sleep, but I don't sleep like him. He says, if I could only fall asleep on the beach like Biden does, and he was, of course, jabbing at him, but that just goes to show you, the amount of, he's like nonstop. And that's impressive. Just as a person, to be able to do that is crazy, at least to me. And so when I learned that, I just went, well, I know who I'm following until further notice. And that's what I've been doing for the last 8 years. I just want to hear what he has to say. You know, I try to tune into seeing his lips move. I don't want to hear what Fox News says about it or CNN says about it or all the talk show idiots and so on and so forth. You know, I care less what they say about somebody. But yeah, if I can find somebody that's actually, if I can find Trump actually on the camera and him speaking and his lips moving, I want to hear him. I want to hear what he said, you know, not what somebody else said he said. And it's, you know, I don't get all the information I'm looking for that way, but I just shut off everything else the best I could. So anyways, yeah, praise God. Toto! For stopping in there, Toto. TPD, Toto Payne Diaz. What's new, USMC? What's up, Marine? Kurt, neat. Are you there? Bobby, Clobber, are you hanging out still? Naughty. I'm trying to zoom in on your. I can't zoom in on the profile picture. Naughty, where are... Oh, you might not be there anymore. If you're still there, Naughty. Are you in Australia? Or... Oh, you're still here, Jojo. Well, thank you for... In the background. Maraming salamat. Pare. Oh, I just made you a moderator, USMC, by the way. Yeah, Naughty, I was wondering, are you in Australia, New Zealand? Whereabouts are you? If you're still there, bro. Hey, I'm going to pin... Scar was in here earlier, and he posted his YouTube channel. Why don't you guys, if you would, if you didn't already, go to his channel and show him some love with your, yeah. So what do you think? Should I do some card magic? Some playing card magic? Would you like to see some prestidigitation with a deck of cards? Let's see here. Let me try that and see how that works out. Hold on a sec. I'm going to change cameras and see if I can arrange this. Let's try it out. Let's see here. Oh, let's get rid of the virtual background. That might help. There we go. Okay. Let's see here. I wish the lighting was a little better, but you know what? That shadow. Here, you know what? Let me try to solve this. Let's see. Lighting is over there. It might be okay. This shadow over here I can get rid of with a light, but let's see. I got a light upstairs, or yeah, upstairs. I'll deal with it. So a standard bicycle prestige deck that I got off Amazon. All right. Pretty cool container that it comes with. But it's just a standard deck of playing cards, as you can see. Good to go? Jojo, haha, do you understand Tagalog? Because nosebleed. Dugo ilong, Jojo? That's okay. You speak English. You can understand. You'll survive. So, standard deck of playing cards. Yes? You agree? Anything abnormal about this deck of cards that you can see? No? Pretty standard, right? Right? Well, watch. Check it out. Watch. Don't blink your eye too quickly. Watch this. This is crazy. One more time. Let me show you. Regular deck of cards. Correct? Yes? Don't blink your eye. Watch. Oh! My gosh. Well, if I throw the cards across the table... Try that again. One more time. The drawback of plastic cards. Super slippery. Okay? Watch. Ready? Look. One more time. You want to see that one more time? Watch. Isn't that crazy? What in the world? Pico lang, An. Kumusta? Musta ka, mare? Okay, anyhow, that's see if I can think of something else to entertain you with here. Thank you, Bicolana. Maraming salamat. Okay, now since I don't have somebody here to perform this with, I'm going to have to play the role of two people. Okay, so let's see if we can do this together. All right. Normally I would say pick a card, any card, right? The typical pick a card, any card. Well, I'm going to pick a card and we're all going to see what it is. Okay, so let's say I pick this one right here. All right. So we pick the 4 of hearts. All right. Regular deck of cards. I'm going to take the 4. All right. And I'm going to cut the cards like this and put the 4 right on top. And then I'll take the rest of the cards and put it on top like that. Okay. Then I'll cut the cards like 3 times. All right. And then I'm going to shuffle it. This is called, this is called a overhand shuffle. All right. And then I'm going to shuffle it one more time. This is crazy. This is a very bizarre way of shuffling cards. It's mixing them all up, kind of putting them every which way. This is called the Mexican shuffle. Do you know why they call it the Mexican shuffle? Because it's one revolution after the other. Ba-doom, psh. That's a little bit of history. You know, the Mexican country of Mexico had many wars throughout their history. So one revolution after the other. Ha ha ha. Okay, so they're all mixed up. You agree? I cut the cards 3 times, I shuffled them overhand, and then I did the Mexican shuffle. So some cards should be face up, some are face down, and I believe some are even back to back. So I think right here in the middle somewhere, the cards were, yeah, they end up back to back with each other. I believe it's right here. There it is. They're back to back. Okay, you agree? They're all mixed up. Put the cards back together. Now watch. That one card, you remember the 4 of hearts? Watch this. Wait a minute. There's one card there. Let's pull that one out right there. Let's keep it like that. The rest of the cards here, did you notice? The cards were all mixed up. No? Remember? All the cards were mixed up. They're all back to normal now. Except for one card. What do you think that one card is? Remember the 4 of hearts? Did anybody get to see that? I don't know how many people are still in the... Oh, you know what? This view may not have captured everything I did, but I did my best. Isn't that crazy? You see that? That 1 4 of hearts at the very beginning. Through all that shuffling in the Mexican shuffle, where the cards got flipped around back to back, and after all of that, all of the cards came back to normal except for that one card, the 4 of hearts. Does anybody want to see that again? Did anybody get to see that? I can show it again if you'd like. Just let me know. Normally I would do that with somebody in front of me, but I don't have anybody with me, so I did it solo. Oh. Pretty cool, huh? Just a normal standard deck of cards, and then you can take that normal deck of cards and you can do amazing things with it. For instance, you can turn that deck of cards all of a sudden into a blank deck. See that? Voila. So if I get more people in the room, I can show you a little bit. Sound good? This is a plastic deck. Very slippery. Can't do everything I normally do with them because of that. But they're literally plastic. The slipperier they are, the easier they are, but it's hard to manage. Let's see here. Let me raise the camera up here, see if I can... Ready? I got to keep it in the camera. Oh, where'd it go? Okay. Neat. What are you doing? Are you live streaming right now? What's up, Miss Neat? What's new? How do you say that in Tagalog? What's new? Ano something. How do you say that? Help me out, Neat. Or Anne. Are you there, Anne? How do you say what's new in Tagalog? Ano po ba ang bago? There's got to be a shortcut for that. What's new? What's new with you? How about that? Ano ba ang bago sa iyo? Are you there? Are you there? Who's there? Who's there? Anybody? I see 2 sets of eyeballs. Come in, come in. Say hello. Jojo! Waladak puro luma. What is that? You don't know. That means you don't know. Ano, waladak puro luma. What is that? Sorry. Teach me, teach me. It means luma. The doc hasn't grown, hasn't learned. The doc doesn't know. What does that mean, Jojo? Wala doc puro luma. Luma. Teach me. Teach me, Jojo. Oh, old. Luma. In English, what is wala dak puro luma? Puro. Sorry. Puro luma. Pure old. No new, more old. I'm still confused, but it's okay. I'm trying to figure it out. Like the English translation of that. That's okay. It's okay. Jojo, saan ka nakatira sa Pinas? Where is your home in the Philippines? Oh, I know what. Okay. I asked you what's new. You said nothing new. Just old. Okay. In Laguna. Okay. Luzon. Laguna is down by Taal Lake, correct? South, the very bottom of Luzon. I believe so. Correct? Correct. I always look this up, and I looked before, and yeah, the Philippines, I know where Laguna is because I went to Taal Volcano. I believe I was very close to Laguna. No? Laguna. Taal is Batangas? Where's Laguna? I'm looking. Wait. Oh, there's Batangas. Batangas is way down at the bottom. That's even further down than Taal. Where's Laguna again? Where is it? Here, let me just type it in real quick. Laguna, Philippines. Yeah, I'm close. Okay, it is. It's right there at the bottom of Taal Lake. Santa Cruz area. Okay, there's Laguna. I see it. The whole province there. That's Calaraya Lake. Yeah, Calaraya. Yeah. I see it. Yeah, part of Laguna borders the bottom of Laguna de Bay. Taal. It's all part of that Taal. Lake. Yep. Cool. I'm reading some of the resorts here. Mountain Lake Resort, Calaraya, Spacio Calaraya, cool. Well, I wasn't too far from you, from your hometown. We visited Tagaytay and Taal Volcano in 2018. So we were on the other side of the bay. Yep. Yep, and we took the pump boat over to the volcano, and we did the horseback ride to the crater of Taal Volcano. That was like 1 year or 2 years before it erupted. Are you near the beach? Is that San Pablo? San Pablo City? See, it's hard to locate. Not all the names pop up. There it is, Laguna. Oh, okay, I see. I understand now. So Laguna that's a large district, I guess you'd call it. So there's San Pablo City. I see it. Okay. So you're a little further south of the water. Yeah. Got you. Santo Tomas, San Pablo City. Lipa. Yeah, what's that small little lake there in San Pablo City? It's called Sampaloc Lake. Yep. And the boardwalk there. Cool. That's a small little city. That's nice. Not too big, not too small. Oh, you even have a San Francisco in San Pablo City. That's nice. Awesome. I'm looking at all the food places. Bed and breakfast. Because of my site, almost got you. So there's another YouTuber. Do you know him? PWD is part of his name. What's his YouTube channel? Do you know who I'm talking about? I forgot what his disability is, but he does like fundraisers. And do you know who I'm talking about? There's another YouTuber. Something PWD. It's been a while since I've seen him. His name is something. Yeah, I know what PWD is. His YouTube channel is, what's his name? Something the PWD, or I forget his YouTube channel, but he uses PWD in his name, his description. So what do you, I know you probably know, what is your medical condition of your eyes? What made you, what affected your vision? Were you born with it, or did you have some kind of degenerative disease that affected your eyesight? What is your condition? Retinitis pigmentosa. Okay. Yeah, I was in the medical field, and my asawa is also a nurse. So I'm interested. You know, I think it's fascinating just to know about these different conditions. It helps me understand, you know, what the different conditions people have. About retinitis pigmentosa, let's see here. It's a rare genetic eye disease that causes vision loss. Let me read a little bit here. It affects the retina. You lose your night vision and peripheral vision that you're born with. So RP is a genetic disease that people are born with. Symptoms usually start in childhood, and most people eventually lose most of their sight. There's no cure, but vision aids and rehabilitation training can help. Got you. Well, I am starting to show degenerative eyesight problems myself. I recently... Oh, your Lolo did. I got you, got you. I was in the backyard here at my house, Jojo, and during the daytime, I was in the backyard doing some yard work or something. I forget. I was outside. Bright sunlight. And I'm in a forest. I have trees. Oh, so up until you were 20 did it happen. How old are you now? Ilang taong ka na? So I was in the backyard. I'm in a forest, so I have trees all around me. And I noticed out of my periphery, off the right side, it looked like flashing lights, like lightning bolts traveling through the trees. Oh, you're 53. So it was about 33 years ago when you started developing symptoms. I got you. So I started seeing flashes of light like this over here, over there. And that got my attention, and I look over in the trees, and of course, I don't see anything. So I turned my eyes back to the front, and I see flashes of light over here. And I looked over there again, and I realized it was occurring when I moved my eyes. When I looked over to the right, the lights were flashing up and down. So I started moving my eyes again, and every time I did that, I could see the flashing, like lightning bolts. And I realized, uh-oh, that's not normal. But I wear contact lenses, for vision. And so I thought maybe my contact lenses were, giving me problems. So I went in the house and I took my contacts and I washed them off and I put them back in, and I was still seeing flashes of light in the house. And then I went, okay, this is not normal. And I understand the symptoms of a retina, detached retina. Got you. With flashes of light, symptoms of flashes of light, I understand the connection between my retina and flashes of light. So I made an eye appointment, and they diagnosed, and I got some floaters in my vision. I know you know probably what floaters are. Well, I have experience with floaters before when I was younger, and I live with them, and they're, they don't give me any problems. But this time I started seeing more in front of my eye, my vision, my right eye. So I went and got an examination, and they diagnosed me with posterior vitreous detachment. You know what the vitreous is, the jelly, that the inside of your eye consists of. And then she gave me a prescription to see a ophthalmologist, a surgeon, and I went in for an examination to him because I was watching TV a few days later, and these floaters almost encompassed the whole field of vision in front of my right eye. It was like I was looking through a curtain of spots and shapes. It was like covering that right eye when I was watching TV, and I went, okay, that's enough, time out. So I made the appointment, and I went, and he did the more thorough examination, dilating your eyeballs and, looking and looking all around. And he saw a retina detachment, a small, he called it a eruption, like a capillary bleed in one spot of my retina, like a volcano. It erupted. So that little spot of my retina was bleeding. It was detaching. And that was causing the flashes of light. So he used a laser right there, same day. He used a laser to burn that spot. Hold on, your phone is set up in dark mode in all platforms. Okay, got you. Well, stigmatism is something else. Yes, I have astigmatism in my right eye, but that's different. That's a your lens, I believe, to do with your lens. But anyhow, so he used the laser to spot weld or to burn that bleeding little point in my retina. And then after that, he sent me home and, told me it will just take time for all of this to heal. And it did. And right now I'm at nighttime, if I move my eyes really fast, side to side, back and forth, I can see every once in a while a little flash of light, like a little dip, a little blip. But it's much better than it was, and I don't see it during the daytime, only at night. And the floaters, in front of my vision, they subsided and they went away. Not completely, but it's much better, and I can see a floater right now kind of going side to side in front of my vision, but it's hardly noticeable. So I'm okay with that. So I'm happy with the results. The actual word is astigmatism with an A at the beginning. It may be M-E like you spelled it, M-E, but astigmatism, that's a little different. That has nothing to do with your retina. Stigmatism. Oh. Yeah, with an A, astigmatism. Is a condition in which your eye isn't completely round. So that's a physical defect of the eyeball, not being round. And that causes the light to bend in a different abnormal way, and that causes a vision deficit. This is, I do, yeah. I don't know if it's going to post all of that or not, but let's see if it, yeah, astigmatism is a condition in which your eye isn't completely round. Normally, the cornea and lens are smooth and curved equally in all directions, which helps the focus, the rays of light to focus properly. But if you have an abnormal shape to the eyeball, it causes light rays aren't bent properly. So it'll cause a weird vision. My mother is still alive. My dad died in 2017. I have an older brother, an older sister, myself, and a younger sister. So boy, girl, boy, girl. They're all alive in California and Oregon. My mother's in California. My youngest sister is in the state of Oregon. And yeah, that's my and I'm with my family, my Asawa and my Anak, here in New Jersey on the East Coast. That's East Coast, USA. I'm originally from San Diego, California. I was born in San Diego. That's on the West Coast, the other side. That's the Pacific Ocean. I'm next to the east, I'm sorry, I'm next to the Atlantic Ocean on the east side of the United States. So I'm nearly 3,000 miles away from San Diego. Right. Yeah, that's what I read. There's no cure for the disease, but rehabilitation or visual aids can help you unless you lose your vision entirely, and then there's no fix for that. Well, you're my younger brother, Jojo. I'm 62 years old. Yeah, I was born in 1962. So 1962 plus 62 is 2024. Yep. Are you able to read any of this text? Oops, my battery just died. Let me replace the battery. Give me one moment here. I can use the other webcam here, I think, and I'll use that camera until I change the battery here. Hold on a second. Let's see, where's my other battery? Over here. Okay. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. That's weird. The battery is flashing like it's not charged. Uh-oh. That's weird. My battery has no life in it. That didn't work. Okay. Well, I have no backup battery, so I'll have to stick with the webcam. Webcam it is. All night, right? I can put away this camera. And so be it. I have a backup at least, right? Oh, you have one daughter. And 2 sons? Is that Apo? Awesome. Well, you have the same as me. I have 1 daughter and 2 sons. Yep. My eldest is almost 40 years old. He's going to be 40 years old in November. My eldest anak. Yep. And my daughter is 36. Pretty cool, huh? Are we getting older or what, Jojo? Okay. Oh. Test, test, test. I think I'm good. There you are. Oh, Mr. PWD. Oh, I know you. Bro, that's the person I was talking about. So you're the same, I met you many, many years ago. No? I met you like 3 years ago. My old channel was Bass Delight, remember? Oh. What the heck? Girl in the mirror. Remember my channel, Jojo? Bass Delight. Remember that? Well, you're the PWD that I was talking about. The old, or the name that I remember you by. Yeah. Well, I met you, gosh, probably 3+ years ago. Yep, yep. Didn't, Jojo, didn't you have some type of, Bicolanang? Anne, stay here. Don't leave. I have some questions for you. Oh, it's your ninja? Well, maybe you're a different PWD user. There was another person that I met. He had some, not fundraisers, but what's that called? Where you raise money for different organizations or relief efforts. Anyhow. Anne, have I met you before? I mean, in the past, a long time ago, or you are new? Anne. Oh, Anne. Bicolanang. Are you there? Are you there? Oh, cool. Well, I hope you're doing okay, Jojo. Sappy! What's up, bro? I'm guessing you're a guy. Oh, that's a cool profile picture there, Sappy. Pikolanang, Anne, are you there? Are you there? Girl in the mirror. What is Red Wave? Is that the name of a game? Sorry, Sappy, you have to educate me. What is Red Wave? Oh, you're talking. I'm sorry. Hoorah! I didn't even realize what you were talking about. You're talking about Republicans. Okay, okay. Yeah. Absolutely. I just searched it real quick, and that's what popped up. Awesome. That's right. Amen. You know what? I just spoke to my sister. I was watching Red. I'm talking to you. We were watching a Trump speech after his win, where he had the whole staff up on stage, his family and all the supporters. And his son, Barron, was standing next to his mom. And he's 6 feet 7 inches tall. And my wife and I were talking about how tall he was. Well, my sister has a son very similar. He's 6'5.5", and he's only 19 years old. Barron, I think, is 18. But anyhow, so I was trying to figure out how tall is my nephew. So I called my sister in San Diego, and I was going to ask her, how tall is, his name is Cameron. How tall is Cameron? And when she answered the phone, she goes, "Hi, Gary." That's my name. And I went, wow, that was fast. And she's like, "We're in Bolivia." And I went, "Bolivia?" And she says, "Yeah, we're laying on our bed in the hotel room right now. Her and her husband." I'm sorry, Belize, not Bolivia. Bolivia is South America. Belize is Central America. And I said, "You're in Belize?" She says, "Yeah, I'm laying on my bed in the hotel room." I said, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing in Belize?" "Oh, we took a cruise from New Orleans, Louisiana." And so I'm talking to her in Belize about her son and found out he's 6 feet 5.5 inches tall. So he's a little bit, 1.5 inches shorter than Barron Trump. But that's how tall my nephew is. I know. I was listening to some, unfortunately, I don't normally listen to very little media or any talk shows, but I happened upon a YouTube channel of some talk show, some ladies. I think it was, what's her name? I'll think of it. And that's exactly what they were saying. Like their rights are really going to be taken away from them. Don't they have any idea that Trump is going to improve not only the USA, he's going to change the world like he did the first 4 years. It's like, what? Why would they think that? Are they really that, like, do they really just want to live in blinders and not look past Trump's skeletons in his closet? It's like, why are you voting? Are you voting just for somebody that you like, and not voting for somebody that you dislike, but you don't even look at their resume and see what they're able to accomplish, what they've already accomplished? It's like, really? Really? I told my wife, I said, I'm surprised even 20, however many percent Kamala got, 24% or whatever. I'm surprised 24% of the United States population actually voted for her. What's 24% of 360 million people? I was like, are the people really? Don't they realize that not everybody can think like Trump? I think it was Newt Gingrich said, I wish I could think like Trump. And he's talking about the way he's able to manipulate the world. And that's a bad word because the manipulate has a bad connotation to it. But he can change the world. He can not only make America great again, but he can make the world great again. And obviously 24% of the people in the United States don't see that. Or they refuse to see that. How about that? I don't know. Yeah, it's so praise God that we have Trump in as president. It would be an understatement to say I am excited to see what he's going to do in the next 4 years. It's not enough time. It's too bad that he wasn't able to do 8 years straight. I think we would have seen things. The only president I can think of that is in comparison to Trump is Abraham Lincoln. And that's no kidding. Really. And people, I'm sure people, anybody that's listening and can hear me and are not Trump fans are probably thinking I'm completely off my rocker when I compare him to somebody like Abraham Lincoln. He's going to be able to. I told my wife tonight, I said, I hope somebody in his family is like getting some ideas of running for presidency when their dad leaves office. Since 1892. That's awesome. Well, and unfortunately, no matter how Trump performs in these next 4 years, is not going to change some people's minds. They're not going to see it. It's like here, and I didn't plan this. It's like the Word of God. Some people are going to believe before they take their last breath on this earth. But the majority of the people are going to refuse to believe. And that's what I think of. There's not a whole lot you can do for those people except present them the gospel, present them the truth, and if they're curious, they're going to ask more questions and they're going to want to know more. And that's all we can do. Present them the truth, and then it's up to God. It's in God's hands after that. So, you can try to explain everything any way you can about who Trump is as a business person and what he can do. But after that, it's out of your hands. It's like, what else can you do? Except that's all you can do. Yeah. Marty, hoorah, thank you. I didn't see you come in. Isn't that funny? There, I did it again, Marty, and I apologize. Sappy was talking. And then I just was continuing to read below his comments, and I came to yours comment, this one, and I thought that was Sappy still talking. I didn't realize you came in. Welcome back, Marty. Thank you for coming in. There you go. Praise God. I mean, again, I'm sorry that there are still, I'm just taking the numbers, off the media, that there are still 24% of the popular vote that are voting for some that don't have the vision that Trump has. Seriously, come on. And I said earlier, and I'm going to say it again. Do you know the amount of, I know you do if you've been following Trump. Do you realize the amount of effort that man has been putting into what he did tonight? Or I'm sorry, this election? He said in his very first campaign when he was competing against Jeb Bush and Hillary, and I think Hillary was there, and the others, he was telling them, he wasn't putting it very nicely, but he said, "You're weak. You don't have the stamina that is required." Basically, I'm sure he said that I have. But he was absolutely, he was so correct about that. Do you know that man has been nonstop since he announced his that he was going to run for president 8 years ago. He has been nonstop since that day with his campaign all the way up to when he was elected, the 4 years that he was in office. And then after he was dethroned, he never stopped. He never stopped. He has never stopped. He just announced on the media, he believes, he actually changed it from 900 to 901. I believe I did 901 campaigns during this election process. Do you think somebody that's put that much effort for the last 8 years has a devious plan up his sleeves that is going to undermine America with his track record from the first 4 years? Please, come on. Think about that. Can you imagine if you, Marty, you, Sappy, me, if I put that much effort into making America great again and running for presidency for the last 8 years, what would that say about me? What would that say about you? That you're, what? You belong in the nut house? Come on. The time and effort and money that he put out, think about that. That alone, it's like if I was, I always say this, if I was an employer and I was looking to fill a position and I saw somebody with that work ethic and resume, you think I would hire him? To accomplish, and he made $10 billion in the process in his previous job. Tasha, welcome. Tasha Muscle. That's awesome. Yeah, it'll go down in history. And you know what? And he even said, you're going to look back. You're going to be able to look back. You, Marty, you, Sappy, anybody else that voted for Trump. You're going to be able to look back and say, you know what? I was part of that. I was alive when he was elected into office. I elected him into office. I was part of this time in history. Thanks, Mr. PWD. Thanks, brother. Maraming salamat. Yeah, he did. And he got the popular too. We were talking tonight, my wife and I. Yeah, that was nice to see. Yeah, I was asking about that. I was like, how many people voted for him, physical individual people, and how many voted for Kamala? And that's actually was concerning to me. I there's still that many people out there that really think Trump is, think about it. How much time, I'm going to repeat myself, how much time and effort has that man been putting into doing what he accomplished? To be a deviant and to sway America? Why would you put that kind of effort into this whole process for the last 8 years? He's been nonstop. 8 years ago. 8 years times 365 days a year. Can you imagine putting that much time into your life to do this? Think about it. What, is he a nutcase? And he's just winging it? What's the... It's almost ridiculous. It's like, really? Come on. Whoever it was that said it, I always say it was Newt Gingrich, I'm probably wrong. He said, I wished I could think like Trump. And now I understand. He's got an ability that very few people in history are able to do. And he's doing it. And he's showing it. It's amazing. He can transform the world. How does he do it? By making America great again. And I didn't even understand that. But I'm slowly starting to kind of see that. And I'm embarrassed to say it, being 62 years old, but it's like I didn't follow politics until Trump came into the picture. And something he said that got my attention, and I was like, whoa, I need to hear more. What is he saying? And that was the beginning. And I'm just blown away that a person can do that. How does he do it? Making America great again. That's how he fixes the world. And that's what he was talking about. USA getting the respect back that it once had. And I'm always struggling with, what does respect really mean? I've done my dissecting and defining of the word, and I understand now what it means, but I couldn't apply it towards, when Trump was saying it. And I'm thinking, how is America set aside, as a, and get the respect it once had? How does that coincide? How does that make America great again? How does that work? How does respect work in that way? And I started hearing other countries, people that joined my live stream, Yugoslavia, Albania, Spain, Romania, and they're all talking about how they have their eyes on the USA. And they're always watching the USA. They're always listening for it. They're seeing how we're doing. And unfortunately, it's the media is where they're getting their information. But that's what they're doing. They're watching America. Why? Because of the reputation America has. And that's the respect he's talking about. When other countries see that in America, when they see that America is doing well, they get hope. Imagine that. Imagine that. It's like I told my wife, do you know who understands America better than an average American does? Foreign countries. People in foreign countries. They understand our country much better than we do. Because they don't have what we have, but they want it. We're not looking at their country that way. Most of us are just dwelling here because this is normal for us. Isn't this the way it is all over the world? It's like, yeah, it's pretty awesome. When I look at it that way, it's like profound. OMG. This man has the ability to change South America, to change Russia, to change Ukraine, to change Iraq, to change Australia, to change Germany. Why? Because he's a real estate mogul. He deals with pieces of real estate. Well, real estate is built on what? On land. That's what real estate is. Well, what is the USA? It's a huge piece of real estate. What is South America? What is Antarctica? What is Africa? They're all pieces of real estate. See? He knows how to improve, tear down, rebuild. I don't know. I'm not saying Australia needs to be changed, but I'm just using it as an example of when America is doing well, I don't know the whole dynamics of this. I was actually talking to my son and he was asking kind of the same questions. What are you saying? And I'm like, I really don't know what I'm saying, but I know that when America is doing well, it affects the world. It affects the trade, the economics, all of it. You know, it may not be directly, but indirectly, in some way. You know, we rely on them, they rely on us, you know, and if we interrupt that process, then one of us is affected in one way or another. I'm just kind of thinking logically. It's like the shipping, you know, if you change the shipping dynamics of the world, you're going to affect another country. So if if weather or putting a stop, on a certain process to another country, then that country or both countries are affected by it. That country is not getting any money and we're not receiving the product, or vice versa. So if you can keep that going and keep it all functioning, then everybody does well. Does that make sense? I'm just thinking logically. That's, it's got to play into the picture of, maybe we don't deal directly with Australia, but there's got to be something involved with the USA and vice versa, where we deal with Australia and Australia uses us. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, like that. That's a good point. You don't think Australia was watching? Oh, I was saying earlier when I called my sister and they were on a cruise in Belize and I was talking to her in Belize. I was like, "Oh my gosh, are you really?" She said, "Yeah, we're in a hotel room on the bed right now, her and her husband." And I was like, she said they were either at a bar or a casino off the ship there in Belize. And they didn't know what was going on television. And all of a sudden the whole place erupted and the whole place is going wild. People cheering. And they turned around to see what was going on, and it was the Trump election in Belize. Now, whether they were Americans, all clapping and yelling and cheering, I don't know. But that's just another example. We got Belize watching. The whole world's watching. Are you kidding? That's the respect Trump's trying to. He even said in a talk show with some guy, he's like, no. He said, don't put your blinders on. Don't lose the vision. And what he was saying basically was, the world is watching us. We need that back. We need that respect back from them in their eyes. You know, when they see, whether it's media or whatever source they're using to get the news about the USA, when they start hearing the problems that we are having here in the USA, you know, what hope do they have? You know, they're looking to, they're dreaming of one day being able to come to America. And most of us don't even understand that. Like, why would they want to do that? We think that, oh, they're the ones down at the southern border just trying to get in illegally. Well, why do you think those people are trying to come across, or going to the border to get out of their country? You know, I don't agree with how they got here, you know, and the open border, but yeah. Absolutely, Marty. Yeah, I know. They did, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the guy out front that was kind of doing the informal, he actually made me take my hat off before I went in there. And I looked at him and said, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, unfortunately, there's no, it's referred to as, what's it called? Election, no, campaigning, or what is it called?" And I thought that was ridiculous. And I'm thinking, seriously, what, I can do it outside the building and wear my hat, but I can't do it inside? Anyways, whatever. I handed him my hat and went in there. But he even said, when I came out, he goes, this, in a whisper, he's like, "This voting center," he said, is red. You know, his own opinion. He's like, this is, you know, Republican territory. Sarmad, there you go. From Canada, even. See there? That's just another example. We're talking about the world's watching. Canada, Belize, Australia, you name a country. You don't think they had their eyes on America? Why is that? Yeah, there you go. You know, here, it's another example. You don't think Trump affected Canada when he was in office? Telling you. Well, the best we can do, Sarmad, is get the right people in office here in America, and it will improve the world. Just get the right people in and watch how the world is affected by the USA gaining their respect back. Make America great again. It'll make the world great. Better, I should say. Yeah. Well, good. Well, I'm gonna just emphasize again. Trump makes friends. It's like he has the ability to go to war. I don't mean that literally. You know, go toe to toe with somebody, and then go out and have lunch with them. It's like two attorneys, you know, who can go toe to toe at each other, but then you know, when they're not in the courtroom, you know, they're having lunch with each other. And that takes a unique person, to be able to put a 100% tariff on a country and then to call them, oh, he's a good friend of mine. We get along well together. We do business well together. But they're not getting away with what they've been doing for the last 30 years, talking about Xi and China, I remember, when you remember him saying that, I was like, whoa, that's kind of, he just, he's adamant about putting an end to that finally. But him and I do get along well together. I was like, how do you do that? You just put a tariff on a country and yet calling him your friend. Look what he did with, what's his name, in North Korea. He said, oh, we had a good meeting together. And you know why? Because of the respect that he gains. So, that's a part of business that I don't, that I'm not privy to. But I voted for a person that knows how. And let him perform his magic. And then those that still just dislike him because of him as a person, what do you do about that? You can't do anything about that. Yeah, Trudeau. Yeah. Yeah, that comment, Marty, was kind of depressing. It's like we knew that, and I almost thought, why are we going to the booths? And it's like, well, duh. If everybody who lived in a blue state, if every Republican that lived in a blue state didn't vote, then so it's not. You can't let that. I realized, you can't let that sway you or depress you. So anyhow, praise God that he's back. And unfortunately, I said, 4 years just isn't enough. He's going to be taking 4 years to reverse everything that, was done. And unfortunately, I said it's going to take longer than that to actually see the actual, who knows though? Only God knows. But, I would like to have seen him, what he would have been able to do, how the world would have changed if he had done 8 years nonstop. And unfortunately, he was interrupted, and now he's got to spend however much time reversing what was already done, and then he's got to go from there. So, right. Thank you, Mr. PWD. What's happening, Marty? What's the latest? What's going on in Kentucky? How's the weather? It's kind of crazy weather lately. It dropped down into the freezing temperatures, and then it's 79 degrees out today. Like, what? What? I thought it was, and all the leaves are like filling up my yard. Twice. It's like I got piles of leaves sitting out in the yard, and they're continuing to fall, and yet it's 79 degrees out. Hoorah, 11 Bravo. Have you been here before, 11 Bravo? Are you a veteran? I take it, I'm guessing from your screen name there. Not much. did I ask you before, what do you do for work, Marty? Or are you working, or... No, I'm not prying, I'm just creating conversation. Retired. Disabled Special Ops veteran. Really? Hoorah. Army? I'm looking at your... Yep, I see the cavalry hat there. Awesome. Well, we got a couple of Special Op SF veterans. They're not here yet that come in. Army. Special Forces. He's disabled as well. And a guy from the UK. He's actually active right now somewhere. And I haven't seen him in a while. Angel! Hey, little one. I call you little one, my sister. My dad used to call my sister little one. So you could be my daughter, age-wise. Angel, angel baby. Yes, Smarty. Still in college, student full-time. Gotcha. Retail investing. Maybe you did tell me that. I think I'd asked before and you told me that. Yep. I believe so. Yeah, now that you wrote it again, I remember. Let's see, Angel. It's what is it? 1:22 Hapon in Hong Kong. Angel, Marty, is a Filipina working as a OFW, overseas foreign worker in Hong Kong. Awesome. Yeah, 1:22. Yep. Our time changed here on the East Coast. Well, throughout the United States. We recognize the time change during the spring season and the fall season. So in the springtime, we go forward 1 hour. In the fall, we go back 1 hour. So just recently, our time went back 1 hour. So now it's 13-hour difference from the Philippines. Before it was a 12-hour difference, the opposite. So if it's 12:23 a.m. in USA, it was 12:23 Uto that's afternoon in the Philippines. But now it's 1 more hour. So now it's 13-hour difference. So Hong Kong and the Philippines is the same time zone. So I know it's 1:23 p.m. in Hong Kong. Yep. Actually, I didn't plan my retirement, just to be transparent. Didn't plan on retiring, but it happened that way. And so unofficially, I stopped working back in 2008. And then now it's 2024, 16 years later. So I'm, thank God for my spouse continuing, being younger than me and working. If it wasn't for her, I'd be in the Philippines. If I was single, I'd have to move. I don't make enough money to survive in the United States. But the amount of money that I got coming to me right now would be enough to actually live in the Philippines. Which isn't saying much for the USA, but I would be able to survive in the Philippines. You know, Marty, if you want to learn more, I'm telling you about Tagalog, is hang around the Filipino live stream, like connect to Angel and visitor live stream, and then you'll start getting plugged into other people, you know, from the Philippines, and you can click on their channel and you can do the same and then find out if they live stream. And next thing you know, your favorite, not favorites, but your subscriptions, your subscriber list will contain a lot of Filipino channels. And you just do like I did, you know, when you start seeing answers like Mabuti from Angel and you don't understand what that is, or if you suspect what you know it is, you know what it means, you just ask them, you know, or you Google it like I do, you know, and use Translate, and then come back and say, does that mean I'm doing well or I'm doing good? And they'll either confirm it or they'll give you the correct, you know, shortcut or the correct definition, because Google Translate isn't always 100%. Ah, you see? That's the response I would get. I thought Marty is from the Philippines because you start using Tagalog. Just be prepared. If you use Tagalog, they're going to answer you back. So you have to, that's always the difficulty when you're in a foreign country. You learn their language, you think, oh, I'm doing good. I can speak now. Well, they're going to answer you back. So you got to figure out, what did they say? Now, how did you know that, Marty? Now you're making me jealous. Come on, tell the truth. Do you know more Filipino than I think you do? Or did you Google that? Gosh, I'd have to translate that. I understand some of it, but the last part. Marty's a Cano in Kentucky, Angel, and he just came back from the Philippines a couple of weeks ago. Oh, I'm jealous, Marty. Well, they don't mean the same thing, but yeah, I don't quite understand the what's the word? The organization of the verb, the noun, and the, what is it? Adjective, or the structure of. So I'm just going by memorization, and occasionally I can just insert a different noun into the same sentence, you know, and ask the same question, or, you know, ask the question with a different, you know, subject. Oh, I'm interested. When people have that ability to learn a language and can understand it already, meaning understand how to learn it, then, you know, I'd like to know the same. And that's my own neglect of taking a foreign language in school and understanding. Oh, you're going to confuse me, Marty. It's been so long. It's like when I have questions now about English, I ask my son because it's so fresh in his mind and he's able to educate me. And I've forgotten so much about English and even what a predicate is. And yeah, so There's a another visitor in the room that is married to a Filipina, and one of his emphasis is studying the Filipino language, and he's very proficient in Tagalog, and he's learning his wife's dialect, Bisaya, and he's an incredible professional singer, ex-army, in the army band, um, and he sings, and it's beautiful. If you ever hear him, it's like, whoa, who are you? You know, how did you? Awesome, Marty. I was saying, yeah, that guy that I'm talking about, his name's Kuya Joey. Um, he was giving classes, Tagalog classes, doing a live stream and like PowerPoint presentations of the Tagalog language. And he's a professional musician and producer, not only here in America, but over in the Philippines. He's worked with the music industry over in the Philippines, and has produced and helped write music for Filipinos singers over in the Philippines. And he's as white as it gets. He's lives in Alabama. His wife is from Davao, and all his children are a product of him and his wife. Angel, is it lunchtime? Are you taking a break from your job? Or there's never a break in your job? You eat when everyone else eats. Do you cook also for the family, Angel? Um, or no? I don't know if you told you this before, but there's Filipinos that can even speak Tagalog. It's becoming less common with the younger generation in the Philippines. Correct. Yeah, yeah. That can't even speak Tagalog. Yeah, I think was it you that talked about that with Girl in the Mirror? And she was saying the same thing, that a lot of the American kids aren't even speaking Tagalog anymore. Yeah. Oh, you do cook. Okay, okay. There's a, as you know, Angel, um, I've met other OFW workers where they have a particular function in the household, and there's other OFW workers that either live there or they come in and they do a separate skill or function for the family. You know, one takes care of the house, the the cleaning and so on, and then another one does the cooking. Oh, that's true as well. Yeah, Angel's got a good point. There's so many dialects that, they speak their own dialect more than they speak Tagalog. Like my asawa, she can speak Tagalog, but she doesn't have the vocabulary that some people that live in Luzon have of Tagalog. But her dialect is Ilonggo, and she doesn't speak Tagalog around me or her family. She speaks Ilonggo. So, I shouldn't say never, I seldom hear Tagalog around here. It's Ilonggo, with the phone calls and the FaceTime and the Messenger and so on. And there's sometimes when I ask my wife, what is this in Tagalog? What does this mean? And she's like, I don't know. I don't know that word. And it's like, oh, well, why don't you? She goes, I don't speak Tagalog. And I go, well, yes, you do. She says, yeah, but it's not my dialect. So there's some things I don't know. Correct, yeah. Angel, aren't you Bicol? Or you're pure Tagalog? Yeah, I've had other people say they're pure Tagalog. That's all they speak. That's all they know. Ilocana. Oh, okay. I don't know if I remember you told me. Is your home in Pampanga or Pangasinan? Or is it Ilocos? Because I know they speak. There is some overflow Ilocano in Pangasinan. And they have their own dialect, right? Kapampanga? You tell me 1,000 times. No, you didn't. See, you forget too, right? Oh my gosh. Doc is forgetful. Don't egg her on, Marty. And then I ask them, oh, by the way, what's my name? And somebody just recently, was that you, Angel? It was you. You said, what's your name again? And I'm like, okay, Talaga. What's your name again? I forgot. I was like, how many times I told you? 1,000? That's forgetful? Malimutan? Northern Philippines from Isabela. Okay, yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's a large province, Isabela. Yeah, I know. Now you know. Wasn't it you just last night or the night before? What was your name again? I said Gary, like Gary Valenciano, remember? Oh, yeah. That wasn't you? Yeah, Nakalimutan. Yeah, it was yesterday. So don't tell me you told me 1,000 times. How many times did I tell you? Miss Angel. I'll start calling you Bungol. Bungolka. Sappy. Just tell me once. Uh-huh. Okay. Curious, where did you get your name from, Sappy? Philippines, that will be the first country we will invade? No, we won't. We're friends with the Philippines. Isabella. Yeah, I know. I didn't quite understand the what he was referring to there. Yeah, that's sounds like a comment from somebody that doesn't know. But anyhow, um, what was for? Did you eat lunch already, Angel? And what did you cook, or what did you make? Again, Seppi, where did you get your name from? I've got an idea, but I'm gonna see if that is related to what I'm thinking. We will invade the Philippines like we did 120 years ago. Oh, you ate udon for lunch. Oh, that's nice. What was in it? Did you have baboy and itlog or vegetables, gulay? Oh, gulays and meatballs. Oh, that sounds good. What kind of meatballs? You mean like the fish ball or the beef ball? The ones that are frozen? Thanks, Marty. Um, the ones that are in the frozen package and you just put in the hot water? Or what kind of meatballs? Well, you know what, Marty? Here's another way of approaching that. No, Andrew. What do you mean you're invisible? No, I see you. Unless that's the same person. Is just let them chat. Uh, yeah, the frozen ones. Right. The beef ones. Gotcha. Yeah, those are my favorite. In the when I'm having pho, the Vietnamese noodle soup. Any of those, beef, pork, fish. Oh, I was saying, Marty, another way of approaching I'm learning is, the more time people spend in my live stream, the better. So unless they're using profane language that's unacceptable, just let them ramble and don't entertain them. Just let them talk. They, and then just kind of ignore it and stay focused and try to get back on subject from somebody else, like I was trying to do. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. There's a content creator speaking essentially for severely BS against Trump. Imagine that, Andrew. there's gonna be there's gonna be no. I don't know. We're talking about somebody else, Andrew. Unless you are sappy. and came back under a different name, no, he's not talking about you. So anyhow, yeah, now you're making me hungry, Angel. That sounds really good right now as a midnight snack. What's up, Andrew? By the way, welcome. Thanks for finding me and stopping. Cool, cool. Where are you originating from? Are you in the USA, or we got Philippines, USA, and I think that's all at the moment. But it's always fun to see the different locations people come in from around the world. Springfield, Illinois. Isn't that Abe Lincoln country? Coffee. Cafe. What kind of coffee do they have there, Angel? Check. You know what, Andrew? The first time I saw your name, I thought of my friend, Eric Mikuska. And he's from the Czech Republic. Well, it was Czechoslovakia, I think, when he was born, but now. Yep. Yeah, I got a friend of mine that I was in EMT school with, Eric Mikuska, from Czechoslovakia. Yep. And we shared a common activity. I was in rock climbing for many years, 30 plus years, and he was also in the mountaineering climbing circles. So we shared that in common and went on a couple trips together. Dieter, did I pronounce that right? You know, somebody else I knew had that name, Andrew. Dieter. Why do I know that name? Dieter. Somebody in sports have that name? Yeah, a pitcher. Wasn't it? Something Dieter. Wait. What am I thinking of? Help me out. There's somebody with that name. What is it? Am I... Yeah, something Dieter. That's a baseball, wasn't it? Sound right. Dieter Brock? I think football? I'm thinking of like Andrew Dieter. No, wait, that's your name, Andrew. What the heck am I thinking of? Just Google it real quick, Gary. What the heck? Yeah, it's oh my gosh, how did that happen? Good lordy be. Imagine that. I'm telling you. Oh my gosh, my fingers can't type. Michael Dieter. That was football. Okay. But it seems like there was another Dieter. Washington Commanders. I didn't even know there was a football team named that anymore. Michael Dieter. Well, I knew that name. But he's a little bit younger. Anyhow. Yeah, it is. Oh, Dieter Brock was a CFL player. Okay. Chrysler also had an older guy doing ads in the 80s named Dieter. Yeah, well, maybe that's my era. Well, I mean, I graduated high school in 1980. But it seems like, yeah, there was a Dieter in sports. Brandon Dieter, that's college. Derek Dietrich, no. Izzy Dieter. Brandon, that's baseball. Blake, that's prep. Jace Dieter. Anyhow, got my mind off on a tangent about your last name. I mean your first name. Anyhow, yeah, thanks again for popping in. Oh, Saturday Night Live, is that it? Sprockets by Michael Myers? Anyhow. Yeah, awesome that I've got some new names popping in. You hang out as long as you can if you can. Grab a coffee, grab something to drink, chit chat. We're just kind of doing a random chat about, obviously, the elections that came up, and military, Word of God, and emergency medicine was my background, i.e. the ambulance in the background there. Do you see me back there in the back, right there? I'm kidding. That's not me. Tyrell Corporation turned Deckert into a Republican? No, Biden's brother. Oh, wait, Smiles. Biden's brother. Are you referring to me? Biden's brother? What? Sleepy Joe's brother? Does he have a brother? What's up, Smiles? Where are you coming from? What part of the world brings you? Explain that one, Andrew. I kind of going over my head there. Did I see it? I don't remember. I know the movie, but did I actually see it? Did I see Blade Runner? Don't remember. Yeah. Okay. I'm reading the description of it now. Yes, I did see Blade Runner. That was a long time ago. Oh, Harrison Ford's endorsement of Kamala. Oh, okay. No, I didn't get it. Actually, you know, Andrew, Marty is valuable when he's in chat with me because he's always picking up on stuff that I'm like, what is they talking about? And he says, I think they're making reference to, and he's spot on most of the time. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, okay. I see Harrison here in the movie in 1982, um, but I didn't know that was his character name. Okay, okay. Oh, see, gosh, you guys are up on. Oh, wait. I got you. This is the remake of Blade Runner in 2017 you're referring to. Rick Deckard. That's why. So you guys are in a different era that you weren't even thought about in 1982, Marty. No, I didn't. Is it awesome? What did they do you have a link to it by any chance? You can oh, you know, screw that remake sequel. So it's the same note. He had the same the same name though back in 1982. Rick Eckerd. Uh, Rick Deckard. I mean. Okay, okay. Gotcha. Can I ask Andrew, what age group are you in? Oh, I gotcha. Oh, 54. Okay, so you're not. You're in the. You're approaching my age. Just a younger brother. How about that? No. Holy weirdo. Holly weirdo. Okay, I gotcha. No. Very little RC exposure growing up. Um, no, just knew of friends and here and there exposure to. As a matter of fact, there's a. Did you see the video on my YouTube channel, Marty, where I took a clip from Harrison Ford's um, sequels. What's the name of the movie? Him over in Egypt doing his archaeology. Yeah, and I was presented a award or recognition a recognition plaque for a crazy emergency medical call that I experienced. And that clip from Harrison Ford up in the biplane and then finding that boa constrictor between his legs and him freaking out when he finds it. They played that clip at a Christmas program for the company Christmas program that I was working for at the time, to recognize the crazy call. It was I have the plaque upstairs on my dresser right now. It was the 1997 Crazy Paramedic Call of the Year. Loyalty over royalty. Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York. I'm down in Atlantic County, New Jersey. There, Loyalty. Not too far from you, about 2 hours south of you. Maybe a little closer. Coney Island. Yep. 2 hours. Let's call it 2 hours. Okay. From JFK. Indiana Jones. Thank you. Gosh, I was correct. Here, I'll post the link to that live stream. Actually, you know what? I could probably do a quick short from that. Grab that minute worth of short and let's see here. View my channel playlist, and under paramedicine, and the is emergency medical stories. Where is it? There it is. Snakebite paramedic stories. Oh my god. No. Was that the one? Yeah, that was the one. Let me just bring that up real quick and do a clip of that. Let's see here. The very end somewhere. Oh, I gotta scroll way forward here. Wait, here it is. Let's see. You know, if I find it, here it is. Here it is. 1019. I think I can grab that portion there. Yep. Let me get the volume back here. I know. Hold on. Right here. Hold on. There it is. Hold on one sec. I almost got it here. Hoorah, Loyalty. Thank you. Pardon me here. I'm multitasking over here on this other screen. We were talking about Harrison Ford in the movie Blade Runner, and I had a experience in my paramedic career where they used a clip from Harrison Ford, Indiana Jones, when they presented the plaque to us. Give me a second here. Almost got it. There we go. What am I going to title it here? Just, there we go. Got it. Here we go, guys. I'm gonna, if you can't view this, if you can't click on it because you're not a moderator, just copy and paste it and you'll be able to view that. Josh! Maravilla. Maravilla. Filipino, Josh? Yeah, grab that link and paste it and you'll be able to. Oh, Hispanic. Gotcha. I have kind of a large Filipino following on the channel, so when I see a Spanish name and I can't see your profile picture very clearly, just ask, are you Filipino? As you may know, the Philippines has a long history, Spanish history. So their words has Spanish roots throughout their language, their dialect. Okay. Isn't that what Marines say? What did I say? Sorry, Marty. Oh, what, the name Doc? Is that what you're referring to? I'm scrolling back here, seeing what I missed. Oh, Ura. Yeah, did I say that? I didn't even realize I said it. It's actually, well, Marines they have a grunt that is like very unique to their own. You'd have to hear it. But Navy is Ura. Yeah. At least that I know of. The Army says hoo-ya. I always say it sounds like they're coughing up a loogie. All right, Angel. Again, maraming salamat. Pa-visit mo. Pabisita mo? I think that's right. Thank you for your visit. You see, Marty, I can piece together some things sometimes. And all the credit goes towards the Filipino live stream community, because that was the reason. That's the reason why I know the little bit, konti lang, of their dialect. Josh, are you in the U.S.? Are you still there, Maravilla? Or are you coming from south of the border? Mexico. Oh, you're actually mixed. Okay, I just read I had it highlighted. I didn't even realize it. Gotcha. So you're a mestizo. Correct, Josh? Like my son. They call them the same in the Philippines when they're mixed. Mestizo. I believe it's the same in Mexico, correct? Mestizo. Oh, I thought that was their greeting. Oh, in Ura? No, it's like, no, it's like, um, what I'm trying to explain it. It was obvious in my head, and now I'm having difficulty. Um, it's like a confirmation, but used with emphasis. That's an understatement. Hoorah, like, amen, or that's right. It's like, yes, confirmation. Yeah. If I asked you a question, is that right? You'd say, hoorah. Motivation, also, big time. Josh, are you still there, brother? Josh Maravilla. Maravilla. And it's I guess more correctly like this. Hoorah, with an exclamation point. The Marines have wild, if you got to hear it, it's almost like they're saying this, but it's just like a growl and a deep guttural it's like in a cacophony of when you got 100 Marines all saying that sound. It's like scary. It's like, I got to hear it for like in that volume when I was in Iraq on the rooftop of one of the buildings, these 3 buildings. I'll have to share it with you. Pretty impressive. You can zoom in with Google Earth. Actually, I can just do Google Maps and bring it up. And I was on the rooftop. I think I was just like a recon. We were checking out the whole base. We had just got there, so we were all just kind of wandering around, looking in the 4 corners of the little 8th mile round that we lived on for 7 months. No kidding. 8 laps around the barbed wire was 1 mile. So that little spot on the map is what we occupied for 7 months and lived on. It's like we were in a cage. And so I was on top of the roof of one of the buildings just checking it out. And there were other Marines up top. They had command posts or outposts on top of the rooftops. 3 of them. So I was cruising around visiting these guys, just getting familiar with this foreign place. And in the process, we ended up receiving was it an IED or small arms fire or something? It was a mortar hit, I believe, either a mortar or a rocket, and put everybody on their faces, even on the rooftops. And then when that was done, all the Marines just started. It was like an orchestrated growl from all of them, almost like simultaneously throughout the whole FOB, the operating base that we were on. And they all just like, "Arr!" And I was like, holy crap, what was that? And everybody's running with their weapons, and they're all reporting, to where they needed to be. And the guys on the rooftops were doing the same thing. And I was like, holy, and I think a Marine turned and said, "You never heard that before, Doc?" And I was like, my gosh. But it wasn't "oorah," it was like "arr" or something. I can't do it. I don't hold do any justice for what I heard, but like everybody knew it. All the Marines. Oh, yeah. I believe I can actually bring it up on Google Maps. I'll share it with you in the satellite mode. Yeah, I can zoom right in on the base, the FOB, that I occupied for 7 months over in Iraq, right next to the Euphrates River. It's wild. I'll show you where my home was for 7 months. Nepal. Let's see. Sorry, keep going. Kuwait. Saudi. Come on, Gary. Get in on it. Just type in hit Iraq or heat Iraq. There we go. Okay. And then just follow the Euphrates River, and right at the bend of this Okay, I'm back. This is weird. It says in 27,447 days, StreamYard will lose access to your YouTube account. Now I'm back again. This is weird. Am I still here? This is bizarre. Do I still have audio? Test, test, test. Yep, I still have audio. This is connecting. Please check your internet connection. Yeah, just give me a thumbs up if you guys can still see me. Come back, whoever you are, wherever you are. I almost thought that my StreamYard got infected or something, and that somebody was trying to get me to click on a link. So instead of clicking that link, I just signed in again with my username and password, and it brought me back. But then it started giving me this, having trouble connecting, please check your internet. And then eventually, now I'm back. So I don't know what was going on there for a second. That was weird. But either way, I'm back, I believe. If somebody could let me know that you can hear me and see me okay. I can see myself on the webcam. So I'm assuming I'm back. And my audio looks good to go. Yeah, can somebody comment and let me know that everything's back? I was about to, there you go. Thank you, girl. I was about to share the map of the fob that I stayed at. Let me show you something real quick. There you go. There's Mr. PWD. You're back. See if we can get the other guys back. Marty and Josh and Loyalty and Andrew. See if we can get them to come back. So anyways, excuse me. Here's the map here. If I can show you. Let me zoom in on that. There you go. Over here, that pink circle right there, if you can see that in the, you can barely see it. That pink outline is the city of Heat. That's the Euphrates going right down the center of it. Let me zoom back here. Okay. And just a couple miles, about 6 to 8 miles, I believe, up from the city of Heat, in this bend. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, it's not that bend. Here it is, right here. This bend in the Euphrates right there, that bend right there, right in this elbow of that river, that bend in the river. If you zoom in on this, you're going to see 3 buildings in the shape of a U, and I'll show it to you. Over here, right there. See that? See that? But those buildings right there? Those 3 buildings. 1, 2, 3. That was my home for 7 months. Right there. These buildings, these ones here at the bottom of the U, the very last building on the left, that was my home. Actually, in that elbow on the very end, that little L-shaped end to the bottom row of buildings was where the emergency room was located, we'll call it. See if I can, I can't draw on there. Let's see here. Yeah, I can't do that. But yeah, right there was my home. These 3 buildings was our forward operating base for 7 months. Thanks, Mr. PWD. Yep, and if you zoom back, you'll see the Euphrates River right there. And then further up the Euphrates is the Haditha Dam. You may have heard about that on the news. And that's where the other half of our battalion occupied. Let's see here. There's the dam. Let's see here. Let me scroll back and get a better idea. There we go. Let's see here. What bend? Yeah, we're down. That's Dulab. And what bend of the river did I say we're at? We're right. That's Dulab. That's where the ammunition depot. Yeah, right here. So this is our 3 buildings that we occupied right there. And then further up the river, forget how many miles it was, is the Haditha Dam. Right up here. So looks like my internet is not good. I'm gonna go ahead and say, as you were, people, thank you. See you, girl in the mirror, all the rest of you guys. Angel, Josh, Andrew, Loyalty, Marty, all the rest. Thank you, Mr. PWD. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, guys. See ya. Later.